Hi friends, my video time cut off, so I'm picking up at the bottom of page 36. 8 pitchers? I don't know. Scott shook his head. His baseball-capped face wagged back and forth. Too hot for math. And it's summer. Evan pulled the red pen out of his pocket and started to write on the palm of his hand. 8 times 50? Divided by 2? That didn't seem right. Jessie would know. She'd do that math in a second. Evan capped the pen and jammed it into his pocket. But I bet it's a lot, said Evan. I bet on a hot day like this, we could actually make some real money in the lemonade business. Yeah, said Scott. Then we'd be rich. And then I'd get an Xbox. The new one with the dual controls. I'd get an iPod, said Evan. He'd been saving for one for over a year. But every time he had some money put away, well, it just disappeared. Like the $10 from Grandma. She'd even written in her card, "Here's a little something to help you get that music thing you want." But the money was gone. He'd treated Paul and Ryan to slices of pizza at Townhouse. It had been fun. That would be so great to listen to music whenever I want, said Evan. I could tune you out, he added in his own head. They sat in silence, feeling the heat suck away every bit of their energy. Evan was hatching a plan. The heat wave was supposed to last at least 5 days. If he and a friend, not Scott, set up a lemonade stand every day for 5 days, he'd definitely have enough to buy an iPod. He imagined himself wearing it as he walked to school, wearing it on the playground. Hey, Megan. Yeah, it's my iPod. Sweet, huh? Wearing it in class when the teacher droned on about fractions and percents. Nah, but it would be so cool. At least there would be one thing that totally didn't stink about going back to school. After 2 hours, they decided to call it quits. Sales had dropped off, fast, and then stopped altogether. Hey, did you notice something? Asked Evan, stacking the chairs. What? Said Scott. When we started the stand, most of our business came from that direction. He pointed down the street toward the curve in the road. But after an hour, not one person who walked past us from that direction bought a cup. Not one. They all said no thanks and kept on walking. Why do you think? Don't know, said Scott. Boy, you're a real go-getter, said Evan. You know what? You know that? Scott socked him in the chest, but Evan defended and knocked Scott's cap off. While Scott was scrambling for his hat, Evan said, "Just hang here for a minute, okay?" And he set off down the street. As soon as he rounded the curve, he knew why a business had fallen off so badly. There was Jessie and Megan Mortieri from his class. They were standing inside a wooden booth, and their sign said it all. Lemonade, frosty, delicious, thirst-quenching. Wow, only 50 cents per cup. By the looks of it, their business was booming. Evan watched as Jessie accepted a fistful of dollar bills from a mother surrounded by kids. At that moment, Jessie looked up and saw him. Evan had a weird feeling, like he'd been caught cheating on a test. He wanted to run and hide somewhere. Instead, he froze. What would Jessie do? Evan couldn't believe it. She sneered at him. She cocked her head to the side and gave him this little, "I'm so much better than you" smile. And then, she waved the money in her hand at him. She waved it, as if to say, "Look how much we've made selling lemonade. Bet you can't beat that." Evan turned on his heel and walked away. Behind him, he could hear Megan Mortieri laughing at him, clear as a bell. And that is the end of chapter 3.